Welcome back to Speaking of Cocktails, everybody. It's David. We're back at my home bar today. Now, since we started this cocktail channel, I've had a few friends reach out to me and say, I'd really like to make your drinks, but I'm not much of a cocktail person. Now, that's the wrong thing to say to someone like me. I'm a little bit too competitive for something like that. I want to turn every single one of those people into a cocktail person. Today, my guest is my friend Candra. She is one of those people. She challenged me to make her something whiskey-based and something fruity. Now, that is not very common in a lot of classic cocktails, except for the Scofflaw. So that's what we're gonna do today. So for this cocktail, we need to make grenadine. Now, do not buy that bright red stuff from the supermarket. That color ain't natural, folks. We're gonna take 1 cup of pomegranate juice. That's the Pom Wonderful 100% pomegranate. 1 cup of white sugar. 1 ounce of pomegranate molasses, and a ½ teaspoon of orange blossom water. So we're gonna add that to a pot and put it over low heat. Do not put that up too high, that will ruin the taste of the pomegranate. We just wanna get that sugar to melt. So for the Scofflaw, we're gonna need lemon juice, that homemade grenadine, dry vermouth, blanc vermouth, and rye. Start off with a ½ ounce of lemon juice. ½ ounce of grenadine, ½ ounce of dry vermouth, ½ ounce of blanc vermouth, and 1.5 ounces of rye. I like the Rittenhouse. Add ice and shake. And we're gonna double strain that into a cocktail coupe. And that is my Scofflaw. So Candra, you challenged me on this one, and I will not back down from a challenge. I don't know if this is going to be something that you like, but I hope it is.
I hope so too.
This one does lean very much into the vermouth, so it is kind of a little dry, but it is also kind of sweet, and it is whiskey, so this is the best I could do for now, okay, until I get more information. Is that all right?
Okay, sounds good.
So Candra, do you even like pomegranate? Because have you ever even had homemade grenadine?
I didn't know it was even possible. No, I did not. No, I do like pomegranate. I actually had a pomegranate martini last week.
Hey, so we're on the right track. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go for it?
I'm ready.
Cheers.
Cheers. Down.
First thoughts.
It's very like crisp, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I taste the pomegranate a lot. I'm used to like the store-bought grenadine. So it doesn't taste grenadine to me. It tastes like that pomegranate martini that I had.
Well, yeah, and that neon red stuff a lot of times is like even cherry flavored. That's not technically grenadine, so I mean, I get that. It's great in a Shirley Temple, folks. Do you.
I'm surprised, like pleasantly surprised, yes.
And the thing about this cocktail too is that the rye is not super overpowering. Like you definitely taste the whiskey, but it's not the most forward thing, which is always interesting because there's a lot of it in it.
I don't know what rye tastes like, so I don't know if I'm tasting it.
Well, the whiskey,
I'm such a beginner at this. I mean, I'm not a beginner at drinking, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a beginner at cocktails for sure, and like all the things that you put in there, I know grenadine, that's about it.
We're gonna turn you fancy, Candra. We're gonna do it.
It's very strong, in a good way.
Oh. Everything but the lemon juice has booze in it, so I mean, it's not for the lighthearted, that's for sure. But it doesn't taste like it's not for the lighthearted.
No, but I can feel it like warming my whole body as it goes down, so I can tell it's strong. I like it. It's very like crisp and light, but it seems weird to me that there's whiskey in that.
So what is your usual go-to? I mean, like, I know you've said you're kind of a whiskey and Coke kind of person. You know, you said you had your pomegranate martini the other day. Like, what do you usually go to when you go to a bar?
So now when I'm trying to like step up my game a little bit, it's a Moscow Mule.
Ah.
Yeah. That's about as adventurous as I get.
Do you notice the difference between ginger beer and ginger ale?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because if they're doing it with ginger ale, and a lot of places do, and that is just incorrect.
Because if I'm at home alone, I will make like a sugar-free ginger ale with Tito's. Don't judge me, David, but that's my go-to at home. So I know what that tastes like, and then I go to somewhere, and yeah, you can definitely tell.
So Candra, like I said, I did my best for you on this one. This is the best I could come up with whiskey and fruity while still being something classic What do you not like about this one? I mean, what can we change? I want to better serve you in the future.
So there's nothing I really don't like about it. When I smell it, I'm like trying to figure out, like, what is that smell? I don't know what rye tastes like or smells like, or vermouth for that matter. I am such a beginner at this.
Well, that's probably overwhelming because it's like all new stuff, right? And this is stuff I'm all very familiar with, right? So I can kind of pick it apart.
No, I wouldn't change anything about it. I don't dislike it at all. I really like it. It's just like, I can't put my finger on it.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you got to start somewhere. And the Scofflaw is definitely kind of an odd classic. This is not one that a lot of people know. So I give you some grace there because it's a weird one.
I feel like with that last drink, I tasted the whiskey now. Like, it didn't taste like a whiskey drink at all to me, but now I can taste it.
See, you're coming along.
My palate is refining.
We got to go pinkies up on this next one, okay?
Okay.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh, cheers.
Now, the big question is, would you drink this again? And feel free to say no, because, like, I'm trying to convert you, and if it takes a few tries, I'll get there. But, you know, this is attempt number 1.
I would definitely drink this again. Have you ever ordered this at a bar?
It was funny, actually, when I decided to make this for you, I started thinking, I was like, man, when was the last time I had a Scofflaw? And I think it was probably about 5 years ago at a bar in Chicago. That was the last time I had one and ordered one, because it's not a lot of people's go-to. It's not super common.
Like, if I go to a bar and I say, I want 1 Scofflaw, please, are they going to know what I'm ordering?
Certain places will. Everybody has Google. Who cares?
Are they going to look at me like, oh, this pretentious little...
No.
Okay. I feel like I'm buzzing at the moment, but it's fine. Okay.
So, Candra, there were a couple of other things I almost made you. I almost made you a whiskey smash, which is basically just kind of whiskey and lemon, but it's a little bit sweeter, but that's kind of all there is to it. I just thought it was a little too one note. And I almost made a mint julep for you.
Did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? I don't like
You didn't?
I don't like mint.
You don't like mint?
I don't like mint. No, I'm not
You
a mint
didn't
person.
tell me, but maybe I just knew.
Mind, yes. So good thing you didn't make that. I'm not a fan of mint. I don't know why. But anyway, no, I don't like mint at all.
What are some other like fruit flavors you like? Because the problem with whiskey is that fruit stuff will go with more gin and tequila and stuff. And you said whiskey, which made this hard.
Yes. I mean, it's either whiskey or vodka for me, but I would say like my go-to fruit is pomegranate or pineapple or strawberry. In college, I had a lot of rum and pineapple juice. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, it's very simple. It's like a Jack and Coke, but not. I mean, vodka, whiskey, those are very basic, but those are my go-to.
Whiskey, I don't think is basic. Vodka is basic because there isn't really any taste to it. There's no flavor. It's just booze.
Okay. I don't know if it was the first time I met you or the second time, but do you remember?
Oh, I judge you hard for the Jack.
Yes.
I remember.
You saw a bottle of Jack Daniels in the corner, picked it up, and you said, "Whose is this?" And I was like, thinking that you wanted to partake. So I was like, "Oh yeah, you can have some. It's mine, no problem." And you're like, "No." You were not impressed.
I just think there are so many better whiskeys. No hate on the JD.
Okay.
Okay, no hate.
Okay.
But I just think there's so many better whiskeys that people don't realize. There are other things that cost the same or less that are better.
Like what?
Well, Buffalo Trace, Maker's Mark even is a good one. The Rittenhouse that we use today, that is a great rye whiskey that is not super expensive. I mean, I just think there's lots of better options. But I also had a very bad experience with Jack Daniels once. And
Say less. Got it.
And I think after that, like I always attributed it to that night. Still to this day, it's just kind of like, ugh.
But you're a fan of the Tito's? The Tito's. You're a fan of Tito's?
Well, Tito's is good for a vodka. Vodka is just one of those things that doesn't have a lot of flavor. A lot of bartenders aren't big into vodka just because it's like, we want... Okay. There are 2 types of bartending, right?
Okay.
There is mask the taste of the booze so you can just slam it, right?
Okay.
The other side of it is highlight the flavors of the booze. I'm more the latter.
Yeah, I would say so in this drink, for sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
People take time to make that booze taste that way. So it's like, pay respect to it, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with either way of doing things. Yeah. But the problem with vodka is just, it's like, where's the flavor, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a hater. It's just not my go-to.
So your go-to drink is?
old fashions. I love whiskey, but I also love I love it all. I like tequila. That's why I have this channel.
I mean, fair enough. It's fair.
I'm a slut for booze.
No, I can definitely taste the whiskey in it. It's not masked by anything. I feel like some cocktails even that I've had, like I go to a restaurant and they have like their own like mixtures of stuff. You will just taste juice or I don't know, whatever mix they put in it, and not really, it doesn't taste like alcohol. It just tastes like a jungle juice almost.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just very sweet. Gives you a headache.
Very sweet, yes.
I personally hate the sweet drink hangover worse than the too much booze hangover.
You know what? When I brought that bottle of Jack Daniels, I thought I was doing a service to the people.
You were. I just wanted to learn you on some better stuff, and that's why I brought you on.
Well, I have learned.
I have been taughted.
I am learned.
Well, thank you, Candra, for being here. I'm glad I did okay. I really thought coming into this that I was going to fail miserably and you were going to hate this.
No.
And I was never going to convert you, but you know what? We're on the path. We're on the way.
I'm on my way to being a sophisticated cocktail drinker.
I love that. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I do too.
You're like, okay. I have a question. What is the, when you cheers and then you hit the thing, what does that mean?
I don't know what the to the table thing is. That's
I heard
just
something
regional.
about you hit it to like rid of evil spirits. Is that a thing?
I mean, it could be.
Okay.
See, this
Okay.
is Mexican arriba, abajo,
Oh.
acento y adentro.
No.
Something like that.
No. I only know baño.
One word.
What does the word grenadine mean?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I'm not a linguistics person, so
Okay.
you could ask like a writing professor about that. I don't know the guy.
I thought it was like another language or something. I don't know. Like Latin or I don't know.
Does anybody speak Latin anymore?
You spoke Spanish, so. I just,
You're like close enough.
yeah.
So, the French word for pomegranate is grenadine.
Oh, okay.
What? Really? Yes, there you go. So
Yeah.
wow, I did pluck that out of my brain. Make myself a Shirley Temple. What's this drink called again?
It's called a scofflaw.
Scofflaw. Or like, what language is that? What is it? Again.
Maybe that's another language. Who knows?
It's gotta be. Okay, I was thinking like scoff and then law. Like you're scoffing at something.
I hate the police. I'm gonna scoff at the law.
Scofflaw. Oh my god, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's gotta be different. He's looking it up right now. Like, you're like a
A
bad kid.
person who floats the law, especially by failing to comply with a law that is difficult to enforce effectively.
Hey,
See, you connected that.
see, you're smarter than me because you like want to know the like history of stuff, and I'm just like, who cares?
I mean,
Let's
I don't
get
think
hammered.
Corey's the one with the brains back there.
Are you into linguistics? Are you into language stuff? Or
Not
like,
at all.
really? Maybe you should study that. That
Maybe
sounds,
I should.
maybe you'd get super into
Maybe I
it. Who
should get
knows?
another degree. Yeah.
You don't have enough of those.
No, I don't. What if I say, don't use that bright neon red grenadine?
Then you get a high five from me.
Could I drink from a straw typically?
Fun fact,
not-
you drink more when you have a straw in your drink.
Really?
You drink quicker.
And don't you get drunk faster? Because
Well,
like
because
the
you're drinking
oxygen
faster.
well, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I was
I mean-
like the oxygen.
Some people say that, but it's like, no, you just drink more when
Okay.
you have a straw. It's just,
Makes sense.
it's a psychosomatic thing, if that's even the right term. I don't know. Again,
It sounds-
linguistics are not my
sounds
thing.
good. Sounds good.
I'll give you a second to ponder.
I don't know what I'm pondering. That to me means you're a
Harry
fair
Carey?
weather fan, but okay.
I'm what?
You're a fair weather fan. Fair weather fan. You know what that means?
No.
Corey, enlighten him.
Linguistics.
Okay, fair weather fan. It's like you're only a fan when it's good. Good times.
Yeah.
Like when your team's winning the Super Bowl, you're like, I'm a fan. eh. But then like Will Ferrell's on SNL, you're like, oh, I love him. He's in a movie, you're like, I hate him. Who hurt you, David?
Well,
So many
well,
people.
Okay.
So,
What is it?
what?
All the evil spirits are gone.